What's going on, everyone? Thanks for checking out this Fallout 76 nuking experiment episode. In this one, we're going to be seeing if we can survive while being inside where the nuke comes out of, the nuclear hatch. In case you don't know, it doesn't actually go all the way back down in the silo. As most of you know, when you do launch a nuke, it does come up out of the silo. And, well, if you try to attempt falling down in the silo, you'll just land on some dirt. The reason why is because I believe frame rate issues, the developers didn't think that we'd be going inside this hatch when it opens up, just for a brief couple of seconds. If they actually made the tunnel going all the way back down into the silo, then we'd have to go through a loading screen, because as you know, when you enter into like Site Alpha or Site Bravo or Site Charlie, you have to go through a loading screen to load in all of the details down there, including the nuke coming up out of the silo. So yeah, I believe that's why we don't fall all the way back down, because they'd have to insert a loading scenario there so we could load in the details down inside Alpha or wherever we are attempting to go down the hatch. So in this one, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be actually knocking two birds out with one stone. I seen in the recommendations in the previous episode that players were wanting us to see what happens when we nuke the hatch that the specific nuke comes out of, just to see like how it would exactly drop down, because after all, it is coming straight up. Is it just going to go straight back down, or what? People were wanting to see what would happen in that scenario. And also players were wondering if we could actually survive while being inside the hatch. So we're going to be testing that out in this one. In the end of the last episode, we tried to actually ride the nuke. Also, we showed players that we can get inside this hatch. So that's how this episode really chain reacted. I highly appreciate y'all's support, and as well as suggestions, of course, because it definitely helps keep the series going. Pulaski Preservation Shelter might have failed us, but this may not. Let's go ahead and see if we can survive a nuke explosion. All right, so I'm directly in the middle of this. It's gonna land directly on top of me. This is crazy. So wait, so this nuke goes straight up in the air and then it just falls right back down? That's kind of crazy to think about. Like, does it do some kind of flip in the air or something?
It'll eventually come back down.
One thing I'm thinking of that I might not survive is because I'm at the exact location where it's going to be landing.
Right. You're at point of impact completely.
Yeah. I was seeing people thinking that we should increase the radius of the nuke zone. Alright, it's about to touch down. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, I died this time. But as you can see, I was not disintegrated. I'm actually just down. So this got me thinking that I could actually survive this blast. And I do in these other attempts, which I'll be showing you why here in a little bit. As you can see though, as for the nuke, it does just come directly back down. Yes, the nuke did come out of this hatch and it just came right back down. Pretty much it has the same animation. It just goes straight up into the sky, and then when it's time for it to touch down, it just comes straight down out of the sky. It's just the same scenario. It doesn't do no flip or just blow up immediately when it comes out of the hatch. It's just the same old scenario once again. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into these other attempts. And these other ones, I actually do survive the nuke explosion. This is awesome. Check this out.
Alright, you guys ready over there?
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
Are you right on top of it?
I wouldn't nuke right on top of it again.
No, I was asking if you were right on top of it.
Yeah, basically, yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna use you as an indication of where it's at.
Because I have a feeling if I'm not in like the center of the blast zone, I may be able to survive it. I think that's the only reason why I went down. I was so close to where the nuke was dropping at.
Yeah, well I have one whole, the crosshair is one whole thing from you, so I'm gonna launch it.
Alright.
Moment of truth. There we go. Alright, and I'll clip that.
As soon as this hatch opens, I'm going to jump on in. I haven't tried jumping in Charlie's yet. I'm pretty sure it's like the same thing.
Attention, citizens. Your cooperation.
Alright, it's opening. Alright, I'm in.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright, just wait.
Yeah, you can't place your camp in here, no. I figured. Okay, so how do you have
Do
this
they
set
all
up?
look the same?
Wait. Am I directly in the middle? Like, wait. Did you nuke it in the middle again?
No, you're not in the middle.
No.
No, you're not in the middle.
I nuked
It's
it
off
like
to
a
the side a
whole
little bit.
crossover. Like, it's not in the middle. I moved it over a little bit. Like when I check my map, you're not in the center of it either. So.
Oh, I was talking about me being like barely in the radius, but I'm still in like the direct impact of this explosion. Oh well.
Wait, it shows you're like almost out of the radius or something?
No, I was hoping that's how it would have been set up.
Oh no.
I have a feeling this is definitely going to kill me, because it's the same scenario just about.
Yeah. Well, with the crosshair of the nuke where it's landing, you're definitely outside that.
Who knows? I might not die. I'm a little deeper in Charlie. It goes down a little deeper. Alright, here it goes. I died, but Mysterious Savior picked me back up. That's awesome.
That
The Mysterious Savior saved me. Whoa! There's radberries down here. What the heck? I'm probably the first person to ever get those radberries, for sure.
Probably.
So it looks like you can live inside the hatch.
Well, you only get down. So I mean, it's something.
Also, I think the only reason why I got down is, once again, you pretty much made me in the center of the explosion. It was...
Yeah, you were pretty close to it there.
Yeah, we basically did the same test. Okay, so as you saw, I managed to actually survive the nuke explosion that time from the Mysterious Savior perk card, which is in the luck category. In case you don't know about this perk card, it is a very beneficial one. I highly recommend it. But yeah, this time though, for the final test, I want to see if I won't go down at all if I'm not in the center of the blast zone. I feel like that's where it is the most powerful at, and I'm noticing that I'm only going down now in this hatch. I'm not exactly being disintegrated, which I think is a good sign. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens with this final test.
Are you at the spot right now?
Yeah, just make sure the radius is like barely on it, not all the way, you know? We are all standing on top of it. So yeah, don't make it centered, you know, get it kind of far, but we're still in the red zone.
Like that?
I don't see it.
It'll spawn in a second, I think.
As soon as this opens up, I'm going in. We're all trying to get up in there. This is the final attempt right here. Last time I survived, but it was just because of the Mysterious Savior. But it's kind of weird that I just go down in here. I'm not all the way dead. Like, I don't get disintegrated, you know?
Are you in power armor or?
I'm in power armor. But still, even so, when you're in power armor, you still get disintegrated. Oh, shoot. I'm in. This one isn't nearly as deep.
Is that a good nuke or a bad one?
Charlie is the deepest one. And yeah, that's perfect. Charlie has the deepest hatch that you can go in. Alpha,
Really?
there is like little to no room in here. Sheesh.
I think it's because it's all flat land underneath it. Because they just plopped on a texture to the top.
We're still in the red zone too, so let's see if we can survive. I tested this with the Pulowski's preservation shelter, and I still wasn't able to survive, even barely being in the zone.
Oh, because that's like a porta potty.
Right? Yeah.
Pretty mud.
Alright guys, we're all about to die. I'm just kidding. I have a feeling we might live this. Here goes. Yep. You do live. As long as it's not in the center of impact, if you're just like on the outside of the impact, you'll live inside here. So yeah, as you can see everyone, this experiment was a success. It took long enough. We attempted this a lot of times, but hey, it was worth it because we actually figured out something that I could have just said, hey, it doesn't work, and just ended the experiment there. Instead, we actually experimented quite a bit of times to figure out whether or not it was possible to survive a nuke explosion down here. And as you all see, it is. As long as you're not in like the center of the blast zone explosion. But yeah, that's about wrapping up this experiment, everyone. Hopefully you found it enjoyable. And if you have a suggestion of something that we should try experimenting in game, feel free to leave it down below in the comments. I do take in suggestions. I mean, after all, this experiment idea is now in existence just because someone left it in a previous episode in the comments. I'm out of here though, everybody. Thanks for taking the time, watching and listening. Until next time, peace.